Hey there, fellow travelers. Welcome back to Destination Travel Spots. I'm your host, Stephen Wallace, and today we're diving into one of the most magical experiences you can have during the fall, leaf peeping in New England. If you've ever wondered where to go, what to do, and how to make the most of those jaw-dropping autumn colors, then you're in the right place. In this video, I'll be sharing my top tips for leaf peeping across New England, from the rolling hills of Vermont to the rugged coasts of Maine. Ready to explore this fall wonderland? Let's jump in. Now, before we get into the specifics of each state, let's talk about the art of leaf peeping itself. New England is one of the most iconic regions for fall foliage, and trust me, it's every bit as breathtaking as the photos. But to get the most out of your experience, here are a few tips to keep in mind. The first and most important tip: timing is everything. The colors start changing in late September and usually peak by mid-October. But remember, it varies depending on where you are. Vermont tends to peak earlier, while northern Maine might hold on to those vibrant colors a little longer. So make sure to plan ahead by checking foliage reports for each state. It'll help you hit those perfect spots at the right time. New England's fall weather can be unpredictable. One minute it's crisp and cool, and the next you're in a rain shower. So dress in layers. That way, whether you're hiking up a mountain or just strolling through a cute town, you'll be comfortable no matter what. And don't forget your rain jacket just in case. New England is no secret, especially in the fall. If you want to avoid the biggest crowds, try to visit during the weekdays or head to less touristy areas. And while places like Stowe and the Kankamagas Highway are popular, there are plenty of hidden gems that are just as beautiful. We'll get into some of those in a minute. And of course, don't forget your camera, or at least make sure your phone has plenty of storage. You'll want to capture these incredible views, whether it's a scenic overlook or a glowing sunset filtering through the leaves. All right, let's start our leaf peeping adventure in Vermont, often considered the fall foliage capital of the U.S. I mean, it's hard to beat those iconic red barns, covered bridges, and rolling green mountains set against a backdrop of flaming colors. If you want the ultimate leaf peeping experience, you've got to hit the road. Route 100 is one of the most famous drives in Vermont, stretching almost the entire length of the state. As you wind through charming towns like Stowe, Killington, and Ludlow, the landscape will be covered in deep reds, oranges, and golds. And speaking of Stowe, this town is an absolute must-visit in the fall. From the top of Mount Mansfield, Vermont's highest peak, you can soak in panoramic views of the surrounding landscape. If you're feeling adventurous, hike the trails for even more stunning views. If you're looking for something a bit more off the beaten path, check out the Mad River Valley or take a drive through Green Mountain Byway. These areas are a bit quieter, but just as picturesque. The foliage wraps around quaint villages and river valleys, giving you a peaceful, postcard-perfect fall experience. Next, let's hop over to New Hampshire, where the White Mountains dominate the landscape. It's a paradise for leaf peepers looking for those dramatic mountain views. And let me tell you, this state does not disappoint. If you're into scenic drives, you absolutely cannot miss the Kankamagas Highway, or the Kank, as locals call it. This 34-mile stretch cuts through the heart of the White Mountains and is famous for its sweeping vistas of trees exploding in color. Pull over at one of the many scenic overlooks for some of the best views you'll see anywhere. And for a more thrilling drive, take the Mount Washington Auto Road. It's a steep climb to the top of New England's highest peak, but the view from the summit is worth every white-knuckled moment. At 6,288 feet, you'll be above the tree line, looking down at a sea of foliage below. If you're more into lakes, check out Lake Winnipesaukee. And the fall foliage reflects off the calm waters, creating a mesmerizing sight. And the Mount Major hike is perfect for getting panoramic views of the lake and surrounding fall colors. Or for a more relaxing experience, take a short hike up to Artist Bluff in Franconia Notch State Park. It's a fairly easy hike, but offers stunning views of Echo Lake and the surrounding peaks. And finally, we arrive In Maine, the perfect blend of rugged coastal beauty and stunning inland forests. Maine's fall season tends to peak a bit later, so it's a great option if you missed peak foliage in Vermont or New Hampshire. One of the best places to experience the magic of fall in Maine is Acadia National Park. The Park Loop Road offers a stunning mix of coastal views and vibrant fall foliage. And don't miss a trip to the top of Cadillac Mountain, the highest point on the U.S. East Coast. The panoramic view from up there, absolutely breathtaking. For a more inland experience, the Rangeley Lakes Scenic Byway is a gem. The drive winds through the mountains and alongside pristine lakes, offering endless photo ops of the vibrant fall landscape. If you're after a more secluded experience, head to Moosehead Lake. It's one of the largest lakes in Maine, and the peaceful atmosphere paired with the fiery reds and oranges reflecting off the water is a sight to behold. Well, there you have it, folks. New England truly is the ultimate destination for fall foliage, and whether you're taking a scenic drive, hiking up a mountain, or relaxing by a peaceful lake, the beauty of autumn here is absolutely unmatched. From the cozy villages of Vermont to the towering peaks of New Hampshire and the stunning coastline of Maine, the colors of fall are waiting for you to experience them in all their glory. But before you pack your bags and head out on your leaf peeping adventure, here's a quick recap. In Vermont, don't miss Route 100 for a classic New England road trip, or take a more off-the-beaten-path drive through the Green Mountain Byway. In New Hampshire, the Kancamagus Highway is a must-see, and if you're up for it, conquer the Mount Washington Auto Road for a bird's-eye view of the entire region. And finally, in Maine, take a ride along the Park Loop Road in Acadia National Park, or enjoy the peaceful vibes of Moosehead Lake. Remember, if you're planning to hit multiple spots, try to visit during the weekdays to avoid those pesky crowds, and always check the foliage reports so you can catch the colors at their peak. You don't want to miss that perfect Instagram-worthy shot. So what are you waiting for? Get out there and explore the beauty of New England in the fall. Whether you're a seasoned leaf peeper or this is your first time, the vibrant colors and breathtaking landscapes are sure to leave you in awe. Thanks for tuning in to Destination Travel Spots. If you want more information about any of the places I mentioned in this video, like where to stay, what to do, or the best times to visit, check out the description below. I've included links to guides and resources to help you plan the ultimate leaf peeping adventure. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on more travel tips and adventures from Destination Travel Spots. Until next time, happy travels, and I'll see you out there in the fall foliage.